Imagine you're sitting in silence, staring at a blank page. No thoughts, no spark, just emptiness. In that moment, the stillness is when most people give up. They say, I'm just not a creative person. But what if I told you that belief is the exact prison that's keeping your genius locked away? Here's the truth. Creativity isn't a gift, it's a muscle. And like any muscle, if you don't train it, it weakens. But once you start working it out, even a so-called uncreative mind can become a factory of brilliant ideas. Yes, even yours. Think back to when you were a child. You could turn a cardboard box into a spaceship, a stick into a sword. You didn't wait for permission to imagine, you just did it. So what happened? Life, society, school. You were taught to color inside the lines, follow rules, and not to waste time dreaming. But here's the wild part. The very systems that made you feel uncreative are the ones begging for fresh ideas now. Businesses, brands, movements, they're all desperate for originality. And you, the one who thought you weren't creative, are exactly the type of mind that can shock the world. If you just unlearn what boxed you in. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need a degree in design. You just need to be willing, to be curious, to explore, to make ugly things on the way to beautiful ones. Some of the most revolutionary ideas in history came from people who were rejected, misunderstood, even mocked. Van Gogh sold one painting in his lifetime. The iPhone was mocked for removing the keyboard. Netflix was laughed at by Blockbuster. And now, those ideas changed the world. So don't wait for a lightning bolt to strike. Create the storm. Here's how. Start by observing everything differently. Take a walk. But instead of just moving, notice the shapes of the leaves, the rhythm of footsteps, the patterns in how strangers interact. The world is whispering ideas constantly. But most people never learn to listen. Here's a shocking fact. 72% of breakthrough ideas don't happen at work. They happen in the shower, on a drive, while washing dishes. Why? Because your brain needs to wander to connect the dots. In stillness, the subconscious begins to speak. Start writing every idea down, no matter how stupid. Keep a bad idea journal. Yes, bad ideas. Because buried in one of those dumb sketches is the golden one. The brain needs permission to explore before it produces brilliance. Now ask yourself a question so powerful, it'll shake your brain awake. And what would I create if I knew I couldn't fail? Most people never ask that. They create for approval, not expression. And creativity born from fear dies before it breathes. You don't need confidence to create. You need courage. Courage to be seen. Courage to suck. Courage to be misunderstood. Every masterpiece begins as a mess. Every genius was once a beginner drowning in doubt. Let yourself be bored. Yes, bored. Yes, bored. Studies prove boredom is a creative incubator. Put your phone down. Stop filling the silence. Sit with discomfort. That's where the breakthroughs are. And if you're still thinking, but I'm not the type, let me tell you this. Creativity isn't about being right. It's about being real. It's about showing up with raw ideas, daring to say, this is what I see. This is how I feel. You already have what it takes. Not because you have some rare talent, but because you have life inside you. That life has a voice. That voice has ideas. And those ideas can build empires, start revolutions, write poetry, invent futures. It starts with one question. What if? What if the thing you're too afraid to try is the very thing that will set you free? What if your weirdest thought is the one that catches fire? What if you've been creative all along, just buried under doubt? The world doesn't need another perfect copy. It needs your version, unfiltered, unpolished, and apologetically true. So go ahead, make something, anything. Paint it, write it, say it, sketch it. And when that voice of doubt whispers, "Who are you to create?" answer with this: "I am the one who dares." And that changes everything.